NXT TakeOver Portland takes place this Sunday in Portland, Oregon from the Moda Center. Now, the logo is kind of odd. I think it looks like two saws. It has a circular saw kind of in the background, and in front of it, it has a chainsaw with TakeOver. It says NXT TakeOver Portland. That's the whole thing. I don't know what saws have to do with Portland. I've never been to Portland. If someone knows, please tell me in the comments, but that's what the logo is. This is the first TakeOver of the year for the NXT on the main roster. They did an NXT UK show earlier, but this is the first US one. And this is one of the first NXT TakeOvers that's not going to be connected to a Big Four event. Now, they had 25 last year that was by itself, basically, in Connecticut, if I'm not mistaken. This show, however, is basically going to be a really big test for NXT because they're going all out. It's Sunday night. They have 6 matches. This is going to feel like a big show. They really need to deliver on the show because it's going to show where NXT is in terms of popularity. Portland is a good market. I mean, whenever they go to Portland, it's always Seattle and Portland back to back. If they're in Portland one night, they're going to be in Seattle the next. Same thing, vice versa. The Northwest it can work. I don't know. It's not a huge market for wrestling, but it can work. And we'll see what they do here. But they really need to deliver. I think it's very important for for NXT in particular to have a very good show here and have a good attendance. We get 6 matches, and you have 4 title matches and 1 stipulation match. So here we go. First, you have the match. I assume that will probably open the show because they always open the show with the tag team titles usually, and it's always great. You have the NXT tag team titles on the line. You have the Undisputed Era, the champions, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, defending their tag team titles against the BroserWeights, Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne. This could be the match of the night. It wouldn't surprise me if this is the best match. This is going to be fantastic. What a great match. Matt Riddle is very good. Pete Dunne is one of the best wrestlers in the world. He's arguably the best overall worker in the company, and I don't think that's a stretch to say at all. And, of course, Kyle O'Reilly is great and Bobby Fish is great. This is going to be a excellent tag team match. Crowd's going to be into it. The BroserWeights are going to be super over, I assume. Matt Riddle is going to be huge. I don't know. Is weed legal in Oregon? It probably is. Kind of state will probably be legal and something like that. But might be. They're going to love Matt Riddle. He's going to be very over. They're going to love the BroserWeights. The Undisputed Era, however, will also get cheered because they always get cheered. They never get booed. People love them. So I'm interested to see how the fans see this match. I think it'll be a dueling match. You will see BroserWeights, Undisputed Era, dueling chants. They're going to love this. This is going to be a fantastic matchup. Who's going to win? Okay, I got the BroserWeights winning the tag team titles. I think Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne win. Undisputed has been champs for a while. I think it makes sense. These guys are one of the best acts in the company. They're very hot in NXT right now. They're very over. They're investing a lot in them. You don't really see WWE give you like 3 to 4 segments on the show in which you get your own big segments. And I think the fact that they're getting that tells you a sign that they're going to go all the way, these guys. And they gave them the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic trophy. That's a big deal. They gave it to them. They love Dusty there. I think we're going to get new champs. I'm going to go with the BroserWeights. Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne win the NXT tag team titles from the Undisputed Era to start the show. That's how I see it going. Next, you go to a street fight. You have Dakota Kai against Tegan Nox. Tegan Nox defeated Dakota Kai a couple weeks ago with the help of Candice LeRae on NXT TV. Then, of course, last week, or a few days ago, actually, Dakota Kai defeated Candice LeRae, and she busted Candice up. Candice was bleeding. Tegan Nox attacked her after the match, fight for a friend. This is a blood feud. You know, this all started back in NXT TakeOver War Games, in which Dakota Kai was even supposed to be in the match, but she was got in after, I think it was Tegan Nox who attacked Mia Yim before the show started. So Mia Yim was taken out, Dakota Kai attacked Mia Yim before the show started, and she framed it on someone else. And of course, her and Tegan Nox were friends, and when they're in the cage together, this Dakota's supposed to go, but she turns on Tegan and she kills Tegan Nox. She hits her and she puts her knee in between the chamber or the cage, and she grabs the door and she just starts slamming it over and over. It was so vicious. It looked so brutal. It looked so nasty. It looked painful for Tegan Nox. It was an amazing angle. They haven't followed up greatly. I think Dakota Kai is a bit too small to be a babyface. She reminds me of Bayley. She's not a very good heel. I think she's a better babyface than the heel. I think Bayley on the main roster is not very good as a heel. Who wins? They're going to go with Dakotai. I have no doubt. I think it's Dakotai. I think she uses the knee brace again. She hits Tegan Nox with the knee brace. She attacks her after the match, re-injures her knee, takes out Tegan Nox. She gets a big push after this. She becomes one of the top female stars in NXT. That's how I see it going. I think Dakotai defeats Tegan Nox in the street fight. Next, the NXT North American Championship. Keith Lee against Dominik Dijakovic. To be honest, of all the matches, feels like a match that's a little bit unnecessary. I don't think you really need this match. I think all the other matches make sense. I don't think this is really that necessary. I know you want to have the title defended, but I'm like, I don't need to see this. I think you can just save this on NXT, to be honest. Just put this on the main event for NXT the next night, or the next week. I feel this is good. I'm not that invested in this. I really like all the other matches a lot. This I'm not that interested in. I think it'll be good. Keith Lee wins. I think he beats Dijakovic. They're going to push Dijakovic for a while, but I think Keith Lee takes the belt here and retains the NXT North American title. Up next, the match I think most assume will be the best match, but could be the main event or the tag match. This is going to be great, I have no doubt. Johnny Gargano against Finn Balor. So I had a very hard time picking this. I don't know. This is a very, very, very tough match to predict. It's going to be a fantastic wrestling match. It's going to be very entertaining. They're not going to see the Demon. The Demon's gone with Finn. But you're going to see Finn Balor and Johnny Gargano have a great matchup. It's going to go back and forth. The crowd's going to be very invested into this. It's going to be a battle. Johnny Wrestling's going to get another classic on NXT TakeOver. The amount of classics he's had is remarkable. From all the matches he had with Tommaso Ciampa when they were DIY, when they would face the Revival, when they faced the Authors of Pain in that ladder match. To, of course, the matches with Andrade. The match, that one he had with Andrade was a classic. Then, of course, the feud with Ciampa. The first match was great. Then he had the feud with Adam Cole, which was just insane. That first match they had was just incredible. One of the best matches in WWE history. He had great matches with Aleister Black. He's the best performer in NXT TakeOver history. I don't think you can even deny that at that point. I think you look at his resume, the amount of matches he's had, it's ridiculous. He has to be the best wrestler in NXT history. There's no doubt. I mean, you can't have that many. The amount of matches, it's ridiculous. No one's had this level of matches on TakeOver. Every single TakeOver he delivers, he's Johnny TakeOver for a reason. However, there is one caveat. Usually at TakeOver, you look at the majority of his great matches, he lost most of them, and that's going to happen again. This is going to be a great match. Finn and Johnny is going to be great. I don't think it makes sense to beat Finn Balor right now. I think he's probably going to get the title again soon. I think Finn Balor is going to defeat Johnny Gargano in this match and get a big win here. So I'm going with Finn Balor. Should be a fantastic match. I'm sure it'll be great. No doubt it's going to be great. I'm going to go with Balor. I think he beats Gargano. Next, the co-main event, the NXT Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley defends her title against Bianca Belair. So I like Bianca. I've always been a fan of hers. I said for a while she was going to be a star. I saw something in her. She has the star capability in her. It's just not going to happen right now. Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair, I feel like this angle would have been better just to save it. I don't agree with this. I understand they're going to get more. The WWE audience are going to get a higher profile for this match. For sure, there's going to be more people invested in this match because they know Charlotte's going to face the winner most likely. And I suppose you could even have Charlotte Flair in the audience for this match. The big problem is I feel like it's overshadowed it. We know Rhea's going to win that, even if they didn't announce her. We know Bianca's not going to beat Rhea. But at the same time, it just seems like they're not doing a good enough job. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan when they do stuff like that. They've done well, however, building up Bianca Belair. They've done a good job with her. They had her lose to Shayna Baszler a couple of times, and they've built her back up. I said before, she has star capability in her. I see her look. She looks like an athlete. She moves really well. She has charisma. She can be a star on the main roster. I have no doubt about it. Who wins this match? Well, listen, Rhea Ripley just beat Shayna Baszler a few months ago to win the NXT Women's title, and Shayna Baszler's facing Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania. They're going all the way with Shayna. She's going to get a huge push. They had Rhea pin Shayna 1, 2, 3 cleanly in the middle of the ring. Not once, but twice. She pinned her at War Games when she crushed her with her finisher into the steel chair. She crushed her. Then she beat her again a couple weeks later to win the NXT Women's title. She owns Shayna Baszler. Rhea Ripley got big wins over her. They gave her a big win over Toni Storm. I think Toni Storm's going to be a big star. I think they have a lot of plans for Toni Storm. They want her to be one of the top female stars on the main roster. And she's very young, so she could lose. But they had Rhea Ripley beat her at the Worlds Collide show. Rhea pinned her 1-2-3. She pinned Toni Storm clean in the middle of the ring, one of their future stars. She is going to face Charlotte Flair in a high-profile match at WrestleMania. We know who's winning. Rhea Ripley's going to beat Bianca Belair. She's a big starter going all the way at Rhea. They had her pin Sasha Banks, actually, at Survivor Series, so she was the sole survivor. They're going to give this chick a big push. Her and Shayna Baszler are getting big pushes on the main roster. We'll see what they do with them. I think Rhea, they'll might push a little bit more. I think Shayna might she'll get the big feud back. But if she loses to Becky, I'm not sure. Rhea, I think, will beat Charlotte. Now, in Charlotte, they couldn't give the belt to Charlotte. Of course they will. WWE, they could easily give it to Charlotte. But I think she'll beat Charlotte, so she's obviously going to beat Bianca Belair. So I'm picking Rhea Ripley to retain the NXT Women's title. Main event. Wow, this is a very tough match to predict, in my opinion. The NXT Championship. Adam Cole, baby, defends his NXT title against Tommaso Ciampa, who wants Goldie back. Will he regain Goldie? We'll see. This is going to be a great match. There's no doubt this is going to be fantastic. These guys are great. Both of them are great workers. Two of the best workers in the entire company. I'm sure they're going to deliver. I have no doubt in my mind they're going to do really well here. They're going to go all out in this main event. They're going to battle. It's going to be a long match. Ciampa's neck's the big issue. What's going to happen with his neck? And Adam Cole, one of his favorite finishers that he always does is that Panama Sunrise, which is a Canadian Destroyer. By the way, I hate that the fucking Canadian Destroyer is a that move. It drives me fucking nuts. And I hate seeing it. They do it more in AEW, but they do it in NXT too. Okay. You can't do a Canadian Destroyer on the fucking apron and that just be a setup move. It annoys the fuck out of me. They do stuff now just pissing me off. It can't be a setup move. That is one of the most devastating finishers in professional wrestling history. A fucking Canadian Destroyer is a flip pile driver onto the back, onto the top of your fucking head. That should never be a setup move. Anyway, this is going to be great. I mentioned that, the Panama Sunrise, Tommaso Ciampa's neck injury. I think they're going to play up. There's going to be a major injury at Ciampa's neck. He's going to battle through. He's going to keep fighting. He's going to hit his finisher on Cole. He's going to keep trying to get it, but he can't finish Cole. His neck's going to give out. He's going to fall again. Cole is going to hit him with the running knee to the back of the head. Eventually, Ciampa gives him everything. He continues to fight, but it's not enough. Adam Cole, in a battle, retains the NXT Championship. Adam Cole defeats Tommaso Ciampa and retains the NXT title in the main event of NXT TakeOver Portland. So that's my predictions. Show takes place this Sunday. I think this is going to be one of the best takeovers of all time. I think they're very motivated here. They have no show that they have to. They're not being carried by WWE. This is their audience. They're going to go all out. I think they're going to have an insane show. It's going to be one of the best takeovers of all time. Shows you'll see in a while. So one of the best shows of the year. I think I have no doubt. I think this is going to be fantastic, and I can't wait. This Sunday, NXT TakeOver Portland.